I know I said I wasn't gonna purchase it, but I did. I pulled the trigger. And I think the main reason why I pulled the trigger, I still think, and I still stand by my previous video where I said that this is the best bang for buck. $25, 20,000 milliamp, it's a no-brainer. You can monitor your battery percentages and stuff on there. It has the built-in cable, so you can charge not only the device, but also the battery pack itself. Little carabiner action going on. It's a no-brainer, but I was finding myself needing that extra cable, and Anker had a product that had just that. So I wanted to get it and test it out. I also noticed that you guys love when I uncover and dive into these tech gadgets, and so we're just gonna keep sticking to what works. I'm not gonna dive into the video and all of the different specs and stuff tonight. Tonight, I just wanna get this unboxed, and then tomorrow I'll dive into it and I'll stitch it all together so everything will be in one video. But I'm just, later on in the video, if I'm wearing a different shirt, it's because it's a whole new day. But I just can't wait until tomorrow to unbox this, so we're gonna unbox it today. It kind of have a little, I think a lot of companies are going with that Apple-like, I don't know if you guys can see where it has the little pull tabs. I think that's kind of cool, but we already know who did it first. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox it. All right, so nothing too crazy. This is what it looks like in the box. And heavy. I don't know what else is in here. I'll check that out later. Even through the thing, you can already see the cable going. We're just gonna take this out really quick. I wanted to really play around with it for a day before I do a video on it. So that way when I give you guys my opinion, I've actually used it versus just, because a lot of times when I'm doing an unboxing, I unbox the product right then and there, first impressions, and that's just what you guys get. The raw, unfiltered, uncut, whatever the case is. Size, look at that. I remember complaining about this one and how heavy it was. Well, look at that. Definitely thicker, definitely heavier, but you're getting 165 watts. You're getting one little lanyard similar to this. One thing you notice is that this, if I pull that out and pull this out, one is significantly longer than the other. So that's cool, helpful. And then another thing is you not only get this lanyard, but you also get a built-in one. And it looks like that sticks magnetically. And it just pulls out. That's cool. Has a little stop-in action. Yeah, so you can stop it at different length. So you stop it short, stop it long, take as much as you need. That's cool. Little button on the side there. Little face action going on. So far, I really like it. I got it in, this is supposed to be black, but it looks space gray to me. And if we compare it to a MacBook, they kind of go. So that's why I got black. I didn't really care for the silver, but the black looks fine. Yeah, so this is the new Anker Power Bank. Let me play around with it and I'll come back with a review in about a day or two. Peace. All right, so as I promised, I went ahead and I spent a couple of hours with there's no name for it. It's just an Anker high power multi-device charging power bank, right? That I would say that's one of the issues I have with Anker is that they release so much different products. It's kind of hard to really track down which one is which at times. So like here, this is this Anker Power Bank, but how does it differentiate from this Anker Power Bank, right? Like they're both Anker Power Banks. So that is one of the issues that I would say, like it's hard to really differentiate these devices, but that's neither here and there. This video, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the Anker high power bank. I've really been enjoying it so far. There's a couple subtle differences between this and the one that I had purchased before, the one that I just showed, this one. So we'll dive into what those differences are and which one you should pick up. And so before we even dive into the actual device itself, I just want to go over the box and kind of like cover a couple of things. So we see that this power bank, it is a USB-C power bank. So there's two different USB-C cables, but obviously there's also different ports. So if your device isn't a USB-C, you can still take advantage of this power bank. You would just have to provide your own cable, because the two cables that they have built into the device are both USB-C cables, which I'm not mad at, because at this point in 2025, most if not all of my devices are using USB-C. So we see here that it's 25,000 milliamp, which is going to really power those devices. The one that I was using before was only 20,000 milliamp, so this one's about a 5,000 milliamp difference. You're getting this 165 watt output. So what that means is ultra fast and a little bit stylish while you're charging your device really fast. Last night when I was charging up my iPhone, I would say I went from like 15% to like 50% in like maybe 20 minutes. I wasn't using like an official timer or anything like that, so take those numbers with a grain of salt. But there are some specs on the back of the box that we can dive into in a little bit. You do see this high resolution display, so that's what you're gonna get here. This is very useful, especially if you're into analytics, because it tells you a couple different useful statistics about the power bank and your charging speed and rates, right? We see that there's 4 devices that you can charge simultaneously. 3 of them are USB-C. You have 3 USB-C ports and 1 USB-A port, so you can charge your devices. But I think the game changer for this device is you not only get 1, but you get 2 built-in USB-C cables. And I think that's really where people are gonna really be picking up this device, because you can charge two devices just with those 2 built-in cables. Or like, let's say you're charging your phone, but your friend wants to also charge their phone, you can pull out the other cable and both people can charge their phone simultaneously. So that's where I really think this is gonna be a game changer for travel. Let's go ahead and flip the box over and we can dive into some of those specs. So like I was mentioning before, you see these 2 individuals, they're working at a co-working spot, I assume, or at their house, I don't know. And they're able to charge their phone, their AirPod, another phone, and also a laptop simultaneously. So you get that 4 different devices that you can charge at the same time, and you're getting that fast charging technology built in. I don't know about the 18-month hassle-free warranty. Obviously, I've only had this power bank for less than 18 hours, but maybe that's something that we can keep an eye on. And if there's any sort of like warranty claims that need to be made in a couple of months, I will update you guys. But worth pointing out, the 165 watt max total output, that is going to be clutch, because as you can see here, you can charge 2 laptops simultaneously. A single port would deliver up to 100 watt, and you can charge an M3 MacBook Pro to 80% in 30 minutes. I actually have an M3 MacBook Pro. I have the 14-inch and not the 16, so definitely seeing those type of specs is a really good thing to see. And over here on the milliamp side, you can see that you're able to charge a 13-inch MacBook Air 1.3 times, and then an iPhone 15 up to 4.5 times before you would need to charge the actual device. And then to charge the actual device, you do have those built-in cables, which I think is super clutch, because what this allows you to do, it allows you to just have the power bank and not have to worry about additional cables. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring out the power bank. So yesterday when I did the unboxing, one of the things that I didn't get a chance to take out of the box was this little protective bag that you can just slip the device in. Let me just go ahead and slip it in for you guys. So you can slip it in like here. Maybe go ahead and put this in as well. Something like. So you can have the device in like that and go ahead and have a drawstring. And so you can carry this behemoth of a power bank around with you in this nice little stylish pouch. The only thing I will say is the material in this pouch, it's like soft silicone like a material. And what I can say about that is if you have oily hands, it's probably going to be a lot of fingerprints all over that, just because it's like a waxy, you can probably already start to see a little bit of the different smudges on there, but it is super nice that they provide a carry-in pouch. I didn't take off the little flap here. I guess I'll save that for you guys. And so we'll go ahead and we'll just peel this back, displaying that beautiful display. So here we are, we have the power bank. So like I mentioned, you have the display, you can turn it on the side here, there's a button, and you can see that we are at 100%. There's also a little smiley face, which is cool because you know we love smiley faces. By clicking the little side button here, it gives you a couple different reads, right? So you can see the battery temperature. If you click it again, you can see the battery health. You can also see, there should be, I think those are the only three. I thought there was another one. At any rate, I think maybe when you have a device plugged in, you can see something else. But just off the bat, you can see the percentage of how much battery percent you're working with. You can see the battery temperature if you want to, making sure you're not charging in harsh conditions. And then you can also see your battery health, and it has a cycle count there. So not too much statistics at the moment, but when you go ahead and plug in the device, you'll get a little bit more. So that's what's going on the display. On the top here, you have a little, not necessarily carbon fiber, but a nice little texture there. Let me see, have you guys on camera? So yeah, you have a nice little texture there. It kind of gives like a little carbon fiber vibe, but it's not carbon fiber. It has like a little scratch there. And then the first thing you'll notice is the retractable cable that we'll go over in a second. But first, I just want to go around the device. So there's that button there that I spoke about. You have another input here and another out USB-A and another USB-C here. So we're gonna actually do a couple of things. I'm actually going to get another charger to put here in a second. On the bottom, you have some information about the device and the different wattages and things like that, but chances are you won't be looking at that. On this side, you get the 165 watt and you know, kind of like there, so you know what you're working with. Nothing crazy on the back. It does tell you that you have your 25,000 milliamp, as well as this one says 90 wattage. I don't know why this one says 90 watts, so that's probably be worth looking into, because it says 90 wattage hours here, but 165 watt, I don't know what's going on there. So one of the main reasons why I got this was, number one, I really enjoy having this little carabiner here. And then, so you have one here. I will say I don't like how the mechanism to kind of like take it out. The other one I'll show in a second. This one was a little bit more sturdy, so it kind of like clicks in there, which I thought was a much more secure hold. Whereas on this one, if you kind of like hold it the wrong way, it might slide up and out. So that's one thing I would say. I wish they had closed this off and kind of like just have you kind of like clip it in like that, but it is what it is. I definitely do like that it's braided, and then you know you can carry it as a lanyard style. At the top here, like I mentioned before, there's another USB-C cable, and that kind of like magnetically clicks in there, and then you can retract it. You can retract it out. It goes 2.5 feet long, I believe. Yeah, so this one is a little bit less than a feet, and then this one is 2.3 feet long. So a little bit shorter than I think a regular. I don't know how much are they. I feel like the iPhone chargers are like 1.5. I'm not 100% sure, but if you know down below how long the iPhone cables are, let me know. But here you're gonna get 2.3 feet. Oh, look, a little face. You're gonna get 2.3 feet. That's kind of cool. Not that, you know, it's gonna help your thing charge any faster, but I do appreciate a nice animation. This one retracts at different lengths. So if you don't need all 2.3, you can stop it where you want to stop it. I did see on the Anker website that this has 20,000 retractable times, I guess. Like you can retract this 20,000 times until something happens. I'm not sure what happens. Like on the 20,000th time and one more, does the cable just like fall apart? I don't know. But in terms of the cable, it's not braided. There's kind of like it's like a silicone casing around the wires. It does feel like it'll hold up over time because it's not like it's not like a rope, kind of like the iPhone cables. This one's sort of like a flat design. So it doesn't look like it will sort of like wear with bending or anything like that. So it looks like it'll hold up. I just don't understand the 20,000 retractable times on the website. Like I don't know what happens after that point. But yeah, this is the Anker Power Bank. It will, I think the main takeaway here is that you're gonna be able to charge 4 devices. You have two built-in USB-C ports or USB-C cables, and then you have this lovely display. So on the display, let's go ahead and let's get a couple of things going. I have a AirPod here, and so I'm just gonna plug in my AirPods and see how many watts it's charging at. So here we see that it's about 1/10 of a watt just to charge this AirPod up, about 1 watt. It fluctuates. As you can see there, you have the little output that tells you how much watt it's charging at, which is very useful. So that's the AirPod. So it takes about roughly 1 watt to charge that. Then we have my lovely iPad mini that I've just been enjoying. So this one is charging at 15 watts. So there, I mean, you know, I really enjoy that feature because you can see how much power each device is taking. So that's my iPad. Next, I will show my M3 MacBook Pro. So here, this one charges at, this one was interesting. So I'm getting about, it went as high as 30 watts, but then it drops down to 5. So I don't know what that's about. Because I would imagine that this one would take more power, more energy than, let's say, my iPhone or even the iPad. Yeah, I don't know what that means. One of the things I will notice, because like the box had mentioned that it will charge an M3 MacBook Pro from 0 to 80% in half an hour. So it'll definitely charge your laptop. I just don't know how these metrics correlates, because I would imagine that it would take more power, but that is the M3 MacBook 14-inch and what you're getting out of that. And then the last one is my iPhone. So on the iPhone, I get about up to 16, 21, about 21 watts it's charging the iPhone at. So there is that. Again, I don't know why the M3 MacBook Pro was showing those low numbers. I was expecting it to be as high as, let's say, 100 or something like that. But that's neither here or there. Something else that I want to do, bear with me one moment. So as you guys know, I have been loving Anker's products for a while now. One of my favorite Nomad products is the braided Kevlar USB-C to USB-C cable. The reason why I brought this out is because you're supposed to be able to charge something that's up to 100 watts on here. So I just want to plug this into the side here. And then I want to plug in, let's say, my laptop again and see if I'm getting anything stronger than before. Because maybe it was just the cable that I was using. It doesn't seem like it, because I'm still getting those low 5 watts, 1 watt. So yeah, I don't think it had anything to do with the cable. And just for grins and giggles, I'll bring out my trusted iPad mini. About 15 watts. So as you can see here, at first it was over in C2 and now it's over in this one here. If it can go back to there. Let me see if I click the side. Okay, yeah. So you can click the side there. And so it will tell you which port you're on and what sort of like output is. So that's a look at there. I hope you guys are really enjoying this video because there's a lot going on. And if you guys haven't seen the excitement, just know this is really exciting. Another little thing I have here is this Satechi Apple Watch charger. I brought this out because it's worth noting. You can now plug that there. Let's say you're traveling, right? Because we love to travel on this channel. You can drop your Apple Watch and now it's charging your Apple Watch at 1/10 of a watt. And then you can, oops. So while your Apple Watch is charging, of course, if I can get this out, you can charge your iPad mini, right? I don't have another device that I want to charge on the USB-A port, but over here, I'll just drop, let's say, my AirPods. Right? And then there's a fourth compartment there where I can charge a USB-A, but we don't really use USB-A products. One of the things I would say is, if you can see, I don't know if you can see here, but I'm gonna take off my watch really quick, put this back on and showcase something. But one of the things I will say is, especially having my Apple Watch charger on here, it makes accessing this port a little tight. So I don't think I can have this here and have another one here. So what I would have liked to see is either have this one, either have some space between them or put it on the other side. That way you're really able to charge both devices. But then again, I guess people are not really putting chargers that are this wide in the slot. So I guess if it's just a little cable, it's fine. But that's the only one thing I would say, just on using it myself, is I wish that there was more space between there. That way I can access this port if I needed it. All right, let's plug these devices out. And the last thing I wanted to cover in this video is just to take a look at the other one. So like I mentioned, I had picked up the other Anker Power Bank, right? We got 2 Anker Power Banks. Clip that here and clip this in. You see, it's kind of a little bit loose. I'm not really too crazy about that, but let's take a look at what we have here. So this is the Anker Zolo. At least this one has a name. This one's the Zolo. So it's not just the Anker Power Bank, it's the Anker Zolo Power Bank. So you can kind of differentiate which one you're talking about. This cable, it's braided, love that. It clips. So this power bank, the cable is braided. We love that. It clips in there and it's nice and secure. Also love that. You have the one cable here. You have a port, USB-C port, and a USB-A port, and that's it. So you get to charge 3 devices at a time here, but obviously you only get one built-in cable. But this one comes in at $25. You get 20,000 milliamps, and I've been loving this. I'm not gonna hold you. If this never came out, if this other product never came out, I would have used this and enjoyed it and never had any complaints. Obviously, you don't get the beautiful like stats and specs and stuff like that on the screen. You just get how much percentage you have. But you know, we kind of like minimalism on this channel, so maybe that's just all you need is how much battery do I have on this power bank. And right now it's sitting at 98%. So that's the Anker Zolo. This one is cool because as I mentioned, you get the two extra cable, which I think is clutch, but more importantly, you get to see what speeds you're charging at, which I think is cool. But the difference between these are just 5,000 milliamps, so it's not a big difference. This one is a little bit slim. I can't believe I'm saying that, right? It's a little bit slim compared to this one. This one is definitely heavier, and so that will you know, be the first thing that you notice when you hold these two. Is this one is a little bit light, and this one you got to be lifting in the gym for a little bit in order to pick that one up. I do like that this one, even though it can stand, I don't think it's meant to stand. But this one definitely with the square bottom, you can stand this bad boy up and charge your device, kind of like a little gas station. And then when you're done, you put the gas station thing back there, and I think I like that. That's cool. You can stand it up. Something that I've also done is I've pulled this one out, charge on my iPhone, and then just have my iPhone sitting on top there. I think that's cool. The retracting thing is cool. I just don't know how, that 20,000 retractable times kind of threw me off. I don't know what happens after that point, but so far, I definitely think this would be a lovely thing to travel with. You can't go wrong with either of them. This one comes in, you get $10 off currently now on the Anker website, but surprise, surprise, I actually didn't order it from Anker's website. I ordered it from Amazon because I was able to get it the next day, whereas if I had ordered it on the Anker website, I think it would have came maybe, I don't know, 7 to 10 business days later. And you know, I'm a little bit impatient when it comes to tech. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, I don't want to say in-depth, but sort of like the average consumer's review of the power bank, giving you the information that you really need to know. And like I said, most people just want to know, how fast can I charge my devices? How much and how many battery percentages do I have on it? They're not really caring about wattages. I don't think the average person really cares about that. They're just gonna like the fact that they can charge 4 devices at the same time, 2 built-in cables, and you got some USB-C ports, you got some USB-A ports, and then you are able to take this with you on the go with the stylish little power bank there. This one is also cool. Comes in under 30 bucks. You get 1 built-in cable, and I think for most people this is what they need. I don't think they need this, but if you want to dish out a little bit extra money, of course you can dish it out. You know, you won't go wrong with either of these purchases is what I'm suggesting. Before all of these even came around, I was just using this OtterBox MagSafe for my phone, and you're able to charge your device there. You can charge another device here on the outside, and then you have 1 USB-C port. And so for the most part, you can charge what, 3 devices? So this one was cool, but you know, we kind of like upgraded here, you know? So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of the video. The main takeaway is you don't want to have a dead device with you wherever you go. So you always want to make sure you got juice, and any of these products would give you the juice that you need. I'm actually going to be giving this one away, and I'm going to be enjoying this one. This one doesn't come with a travel pack or a travel bag, but you probably don't need it because you can just use the lanyard and just like clip it to your luggage or something like that. But we definitely appreciate the fact that this one comes with a nice little carrier bag. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you guys like videos like this, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I will catch you in another one.